sometimes I just wish that I was like everybody else, so that way I could just be accepted like everyone else and not be so different and stand out.
Why do I say stylists and barbers are loners? Is because we are. People, I really don't think people, I know people don't understand us.
I love my life, but I have felt really alone at the same time.
A lot of people just don't understand.
We feel like outcasts. We feel, you feel some kind of way because we are go-getters. We work a lot.
I was the guy that they probably walked right by and didn't think about turning around to see who he was.
They may think a certain thing about me, that maybe I have pretty hair and that I'm fun and that I have all the things that I could possibly want in life, but then what a lot of people don't understand is that it's so lonely to be so different from everyone else. It's just different. When you're different from everyone else, you're just different, and I think that's what makes us special at the same time, but when you're special and you're different, it's harder for other people to relate to you.
We as hairdressers are very unique people.
I grew up all over. I didn't get to, have long-term relationships with my friends, and the other part is being alone as I think a creative and passionate hairstylist, and feeling alone in that way as well.
I wanted to be surrounded by people who thought like me. I realized that even though I was with stylists, they didn't have the same passion and drive that I had.
When you find other people that are like you, it's so uniting because you can bond over the loneliness, and it actually like cancels it out. It's crazy. The thing that makes you so different, you find with someone else, and you guys can relate because it's the common thing that you have being different. And I don't think that's what a lot of people understand about being an artist and being so unique, or the struggles that come along with all the benefits, all the good things that we have that make us different, but because people aren't like you, they don't understand. And it can be lonely, it can be frustrating. It's like we're alone, but we're not alone.
One thing I cherish the most about being a stylist is the way that your clients feel towards you.
We don't have a lot of friends that our clients are our friends, and that's really what motivates me to go to work, is that when you don't have a social life and you don't have the people to relate to, I always say the people that like me the most are the ones I'm doing their hair, because as a stylist, if you're talented, you don't get that same love from a lot of other stylists. And what drives me to get up and to go to work is for my clients, because they're my friends, and I like to take care of the people that I'm around. And I really feel that that's one of the things that makes me so unique, is being so passionate and caring. And like, I really care. I care about the hair. I care about what it looks like. I care about when my client goes home, if they know how to do their hair. I care about, I care so much, and I think that's one of the things that drives our passion. When you care, like, you have to have your heart and your soul and everything.
There's no true way to put a price on hair. These are hours of our lives gone and risking completely frying or eradicating all of the hair you have on your head. That's why you're sitting here, because you trust me, because I spent my life and dedicated my life to making sure that I can give you this kind of quality.
And we're sitting there, we're thinking about what we can do for our next day, and we're thinking about what we could have done different the day before, and how could we be better. Our minds never turn off. We do a haircut and a client isn't happy, we don't go home and just forget about it. We think about it for the next 6 weeks. It hurts us as much as they might not be happy. We take that home. We don't sleep because of that. When we have a big transformation coming up, we just try to deliver our absolute best. And what that does, the endless nights of staying up and thinking about everything, our job is never ending.
If someone doesn't appreciate the things you do, they just say it's nice. No, it's not nice. This is Picasso's lost piece. This is Michelangelo's notebook stashed up under his bed. This is Da Vinci's secret room. This is not a balayage. This isn't a color melt. This is a piece of art. They don't see that. You see it. But people like you, the other loners, they see it too.
I remember when I was trying to come up with my own technique for doing pixelated hair, and I bought 6 mannequins, and I had 4 that were donated to me, and I spent a week and a half inside of my apartment alone, not able to really talk to anybody, because even though I had hairdressers that were really interested in what I was doing, as your mind is going and as your mind is creating, and you're imagining something new, you don't have anybody to talk to or to bounce ideas off of. And so that was probably one of the loneliest times of my life, because I didn't feel like I had anybody there that I could talk to or count on. And at the same time, I didn't resent that. I was excited that I was able to create something, and so that was much more fulfilling, when you're speaking to the artist's soul. I love the fact that I'm found people that are like-minded, at the hair shows and at events, coming together for education. Finding people that are like me, that are doing the same things, makes me feel completely connected and fulfilled as a person, and realizing that I found the place that I'm supposed to be.
Where we're there for our clients, but yet who's truly there for us? I don't think anybody really understands what we feel like and how we feel, and finding somebody that does relate to us and that can relate to us. It wasn't until I was surrounded by other stylists and I realized that they feel the same way, that we all feel the same way. And when you find that community and you do get together and you do share your experiences and your feelings, how much they have the same way.
When you're an artist, if you're not doing something that's artistic in some way, it will eat you from the inside out until you cannot go on anymore. I had a room in my house and I painted it red. I painted the walls red. It was my kitchen. It was my den, dining room. I took the table out and I painted it red, and I just started cutting anybody who wanted their haircuts at any hour of the day. And I didn't care if it was 3 in the afternoon or 3 in the morning. I would wake up if I was asleep and cut hair.
When you're sacrificing relationships and you're sacrificing friendships, and people will tell you that, you're gonna burn the candle at both ends, or do you ever stop talking about, hair?
I joined a forum on Facebook for people who do hair. Then I saw this lovely stylist named Devine, and I drive about an hour to DC to see her, to go watch her, to try to learn more. I would say she has helped me to want to push myself more. Probably been friends with her for about a year now, so I would say within the past year that my work has improved, and I feel like slowly but surely people are starting to see my work. I don't know, I'm just somebody that I just push myself and I want to be successful. So I try to go to classes and go see Ruby and just do these things I can so I can be a awesome hairstylist. I have met a huge group of people on the forum that we've all became close, so that's been good to have that support from others. Even though most of them are in a different state, I feel like that if I had a bad day or need some help, I could probably call one of them and they would help me. So that's kind of good to have that support, because I feel like sometimes when you are in a salon, you don't really have support from others, because sometimes people get stuck in their ways and they don't want to step out of their comfort zone to try to improve themselves.
When I first met my friend Shaylin, I had invited her to my house to practice hair, and she thought that I was going to have a whole bunch of people at my house practicing hair, and she called me and told me hey, I'm running late, is it okay? And she got there to my house and it's just me on my mannequin. It's not a whole bunch of people like she thought, but for some reason I guess she saw something she could relate with herself inside of me, and so that's what makes us friends. And without social media and without being able to find these people that I have the same passions as and the same uniqueness as, that without that I wouldn't be able to find them. And how would you have the people to lift you up and to support you as a lonely artist? You have all these people around you, but it's like nobody understands. And I don't think I've ever really been touched by a group of people like this before. It's just having fellow artists around me and being able to know that this is what we have in common really is like so touching to my heart. You have to be inspired so you don't expire. And as artists, I think we all need that. As people, we need that. And maybe now that we know how lonely like we feel, maybe I didn't even realize how lonely some other people feel, and if I can do anything that would help someone not feel that way, I would. Because it's lonely. And life's so happy. It's so happy and it's so colorful and fun and beautiful. Like there's no reason to be lonely. Life's too short.
Hairdressing is about becoming the best person that you can be.
You know, the funny thing is we always, you know, you put this persona out there, people see your work and people see us being active on social media and they have ideas of how we are. But we talked all this weekend, so many great people being together and realizing that so many of us feel so alone in our space, in our normal work environment. We feel like outcasts. We feel, you know, you feel some kind of way because we are go-getters. We work a lot. We strive so much for greatness in what we do, and that's off-putting, unfortunately, a lot of times to a lot of people. And I think one of the things that we talked about this whole weekend is that how many people feel that way. And I think it's important because we do have a bit of a platform, thankfully and gratefully, that we share that. We share our heart, share that we too feel that way every day. And it's only up to me to have my own personal strive. I have to push myself. I have to motivate myself to keep on trying to be better every single day. We all are a little insecure. And we all have those moments of feeling by ourselves in this stuff. So I just think it's important. I always just think like it's important. It's not about like my background keeping me from achieving certain things necessarily, but it's just about having that self-push to persevere through any emotions that I have, because the bigger picture is beyond me. The bigger picture of doing this stuff, it's so much bigger than myself. So even in those moments of feeling lonely, as we say, or feeling isolated or solitary and the most negative aspects, knowing that through that, those same things means that you are extraordinary. You are doing something that somebody else isn't doing. You should just look down and you start working, and you start working and you're working, and you're looking down and you're looking and you're working, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, where am I? Whereas everybody else from the outside has been watching you along that path and been watching you get to where you're at. So when we have these moments, when we look up and we go, wow, where am I at? You do feel lonely when you're working, when you're doing this, because you're isolated and you're doing this. When you stand, it's really, really a difficult thing to actually take ownership of like, wow, I'm doing something good. In the meantime, you just know that heartache and that feeling of, why is nobody working with me? Why is nobody here standing next to me? Because you're so focused and you're so, you're so driven to get to somewhere you don't even know where you're going sometimes. So, you know, I guess that was just such a powerful thing when somebody told me that. I was like, wow, you're right. Like, no wonder it's so difficult for me to understand sometimes what I'm achieving or what I'm creating or the success that I might be gaining. All I know is in that moment of feeling heartbroken or lonely, or I keep on saying lonely. I wish there was another word, but that's just like the best word to say. If you feel so lonely sometimes, nobody gets it. Nobody understands why I push so hard. Nobody understands, and it feels, it doesn't feel great a lot of the times. It's hard for people to kind of understand how we do or why we do, because we are doing something that people aren't willing to do sometimes. We're willing to work and to give so much of ourselves for some reason that sometimes we don't even understand why we're doing it. So I think that's what's really important for me, and the message that I want other people to hear is that yeah, if you're feeling that way, that's good. It means you're doing something right. It's almost like it's good. We came up with this word, this hashtag solo artist. An artist, we're soulful in what we do. We're heartful, and we're mindful of the things that we do, and the effect that it has on other people when we're doing something like creating great hair, or maybe, you know, whatever. But it's really important. One of the greatest things I've ever done for myself, and hopefully for other people, is that seeked out people that are like-minded. I mean, I sit on the phone and I'm grinding with social media, or I'm working 14 hours behind the chair, sometimes more even, and a lot of people don't understand why. Why do you do that? Why are you doing this? And a lot of people around in my life, and maybe, hopefully, it's from a place of goodness in their own heart. Maybe it's because they miss me, or maybe they want to hang out with me. But so to be around other people that understand what it's like to try to sacrifice everything in order to get something, or to be, maybe I could be an inspiration to somebody else, to you know, somebody else that's working hard and has people that are saying, why are you doing that? Why are you working so hard? So to be able to find like-minded people, so I have these moments, to have my heart refilled and to be recharged and feel normal is really, really grateful. A grateful thing that I have, but it's important. And it's really important that even though you have those moments of loneliness within your own space, within your own salon home, that there's other people out there that feel the same way and that are willing to work as hard, and you can find them. Unfortunately, a lot of times they don't live next to you. Maybe they live in out of state, in my case with all my friends. But I'm so thankful that I sought that out, and now I have the support unit. And in those moments of feeling lonely, or in those moments of having somebody not get me, I have somebody that I can call upon and be able to attack the world again the next day.
If there's any stylists out there, if you feel like you're being surrounded by people who don't share your passion, who don't share your train of thought, who don't share your drive, find them, look for them, put it out there. When you put it out there, it will come to you. Sometimes it doesn't come to you in the ways that you think. I never in a million years thought the internet would connect me to such amazing people who inspire me beyond words. It's only a matter of time before you find that.
I lost my house. I didn't have my kid because her mother was keeping her from me. My car broke down. I had nothing. I was contemplating walking in front of a semi-truck one day, just sitting on my front porch. And I stood up and I started walking, but I started walking in the opposite direction. And I just went in my house, packed up everything, kept what I could keep, and just threw it in the back of my car and let it sit in the front yard. And then I just started sleeping out of the barbershop I'm working in. Now, I'm currently still working in. I left my problems at the door though, and this is, I guess, the pivotal part of the story, is that I can go on for days about everything that happened, but I left all my problems at the door because no matter what happened to me, I still had to come back from it. I got in the barbershop and I cut hair, and I'm crazy goofy, so I just say the most random things and make everybody laugh. We laugh to keep from crying. I think that's what every person does. You laugh to keep from crying. So every day I would close up the barbershop, I might work. And when I started the barbershop, I worked 4 months straight, not one day off. I worked every holiday. I did not stop working because I saw something that I wanted, and I knew the only way to get it was to go for it. Like, the quickest way to get on my feet was to get off my ass. So I just did that. And after a while, I left from being Keon Washington at Sporty Cuts to being Keon the Barber. I no longer have a last name now. My last name is the Barber. Anybody who sees me says, "You're Keon the Barber." Fast forward to health right now, in this room with these amazing people, these people that I have been with for this whole weekend, half of this week, from Phil to Ruby and everybody. It's like it became family because of health. That's where I met all these people from. And I met these people through what we do, what we all do, hair. We all do hair. We have a passion for hair. That's what we all do. Everybody does it in their own way, but we all live and love it, so we never work. I can't remember the last time any of us even went to work. But we all came together, not because of hair. We didn't all come together because of hair. I mean, we might have came here for hair, but we came together because we all had a song inside, and each one of us, since we had that song, we can hear somebody else who has the same song. We all see the beauty in everything. People look up and see rain clouds, but a stylist looks up and sees an amethyst stone with like a shadow root, you know? Like, we see it with love. So we came here for hair, but we like found each other through love in our songs. And while you looking across the room and you see that stylist over there smiling, everybody looks at them and thinks, oh, their life is great, they're doing classes, they got a lot of clients, they're making money. It's not that. One of us is looking at the other one like, she's hurting right now, or he's hurting. And nobody else can hear them screaming from the inside. Because they're not, as we say, a loner. They're not a loner. If you're not a loner, you wouldn't know when you see another loner. All of us are so alone because people don't love and live through what they do like we do. You got to take what you can take out of everything, and if you choose to take the bad, then you're never going to go in progress from it. Everything bad that has happened has led me to right here, so I'm thankful for all of that, I guess, to say that everything happened is going to happen. My life's mission is to spread love and just belief again, enjoy. Like the successful adult is a kid who never dies. At what we do, it takes extreme skill, it takes extreme patience, it takes a lot of our time, and not just our time, but it takes our energy. It draws from us because we put parts of ourselves into our work. It's not just I'm putting bleach on your hair. No, I'm creating something here, and I'm putting some of me in that. Like, so it's taking my energy to do these things, and a person won't know what's going into that. There's no true way to put a price on hair. These are hours of our lives gone and risking completely frying or eradicating all of the hair you have on your head. That's why you're sitting here, because you trust me, because I spent my life and dedicated my life to making sure that I can give you this kind of quality. People will never understand what it takes to be a stylist or a barber, to get that creative process. They might see pixels, and you did a pixel thing with 6 colors, and it cascades down and back up and down and back up, and they'll think, oh man, that's nice, I want to do that. Now, how do you do that? You didn't have a how-to sheet. You had to make that, and it took a creative process for you to make that. This being a stylist is late nights, early morning, and sometimes no sleep. A lot of times no sleep, and no personal life. I have in my career right now, I have no personal life. Every day of my life is accounted. Every minute of every day of my life is accounted for. The only way I can reach out to people is through social media. I'm at home or I'm at work, so I can't physically be walking around. I don't have, at this point in my life, I cannot just hang out. When I detach from people that I grew up with, they say, oh man, yeah, come hang out with us sometime. I don't have that leisure anymore. I'm dedicated. I live a lifestyle now. Barbering is not a job, it's a lifestyle. Being a hairstylist is not a job. It's not even a career, it's a lifestyle. You live this. If someone doesn't appreciate the things you do, if they look at it, you might have done a balayage today, you might have said, wow, look at this. And all of the people say, hey, that's nice. Oh, that looks good. But you're thinking, no, it doesn't look good. Do you see the volume? Do you see the luminescence in this? Do you see that shimmer? Do you see those ends? How they're smooth? Do you feel that silkiness? Do you see that bounce? Do you feel that free flowing? They just say it's nice. No, it's not nice. This is Picasso's lost piece. This is Michelangelo's notebook stashed up under his bed. This is Da Vinci's. This is Da Vinci's secret room. This is not a balayage. This isn't a color melt. This is a piece of art. They don't see that. You see it. But people like you, the other loners, they see it too. And they say, wow, what did you use for a base? What did you tone with? How long did you let it process? Did you do a diamond 4 plat? Did you do a diamond technique? Did you break it down into sections? How did you do it? Did you use triangles? They want to know. They don't just thank you for letting them see it, or that's nice. They want to know how. Being a loner but not being alone means we loners, but we're not alone. Like, there are people who are loners just like us, and when we come together, like, every bit of that loneliness or loner, like the loner in us, is like evaporated, eviscerated. It's just dissipated. It's gone. We understand each other, and when you have people who understand you, I guess you live in a completely different world, time, space continuum, galaxy, whatever, universe, alternate existence that people don't. When you walk around and you don't just see buildings and sidewalks and skies, you see just the color chart, and you break it down. Like somebody that say, hey, I like your orange shirt. Thanks, but it's tangerine. That's that's being understood. You know, whenever you sitting there thinking, look at that mauve lavender, look at that mini green, look at that teal. Yeah, I thought it was green. No, that's definitely teal. That's definitely turquoise. I say it's peacock. It's what they don't understand. That's pearlescent. That's not white. That's off-white. It's bone. It's sand. That's talc. Yeah, they don't see that. They don't understand that. They just see red, yellow, blue, purple, green. They don't see fuchsia and mauve and lavender and spearmint and blood orchid. They don't see that. We see it. And we understand that. And it makes you feel good whenever, like being an artist amongst people, the best way to describe it is like being in America and China, speaking English. And they're gonna all look at you. No matter what you say to them, no matter how long you say it to them, they're gonna look at you like, I don't understand you. You're a loner. They don't understand you, but when you come back to America and start talking, it's like, thank God. Can I get some fried chicken? Yes. Would you like that extra crispy or grilled? Grilled. Like, you know what I mean? That's what being an artist is. When you get around other artists, it's like everybody understands what you're saying now. That right there is a relief for you. That right there is a feeling of being home or in the right room or in the right place. That lets you know where you should be and reassures you that you're not just, you don't have to be an outcast. You can be a part of something and not just something, but something major, something real, something epic. And it might take you to get the next person to realize the same thing about themselves and their story. It might make them change the course of how they're living because of their story. Like, don't let what happened to you or who you were determine you. As an artist, if you're gonna be this way, you gotta live art. Let the art inspire you. Let the art live through you, live in you. You know what I mean? If you let that live in you, everything's just gonna change. And when you get around people who are like that, you'll change. And you'll become who you really are. Not who you have to be around people who don't understand you. Around people who aren't like you. You have to be somebody different. You have to dumb it down or just speak in ways they can understand. I choose not to be alone. If they want to do the same, they want to say the same, if they want to tell us who they are, which not if they want to, you should tell people who you are, because everybody sees you on social media. They see what you do and all of that. They see your work, but they don't know who you are. And sometimes people need to know who you are to really appreciate you or understand you. So tell them. And being you is good enough. So that's where these hashtags will come from. Whenever we say you're a loner but not alone, that's what hashtag I am we is. Like hashtag I am in capital letters we. And that's what the same hashtag I am we, hashtag I am enough. Because you are enough. You being who you are is good enough. Just be with people who are them. That's why we're different, because we're the same, and we're the same because we're all different. People, once you get around people who are like you, they'll accept that. If they don't accept you, then you're in the wrong place. If people don't understand you, you're in the wrong place. So get out there and find your place, because it's out there somewhere. And just tell people who you are. Let them know, from clients to other stylists to people who may not know you at all. Because interaction is really what the world needs more of. Hashtag I am we, hashtag I am enough. Hashtag SOULoartist, SOULO artist. Because we put a piece of us in our art. That's what a solo artist is.